Hey guys, Blue Bridge here, and today was a reality check. You can't play in a big man's league with boys. So welcome to Bayern Munich 3, Chelsea 1. Today we entered big man's football, proper man's football. We weren't playing in the Conference League anymore. This is the Champions League. And what today proved is that if you're going to go far in this competition, you need that a bit of experience and you need that bit of a quality. And that's the two things Chelsea were lacking today: experience and quality. I think the commentator said Chelsea, the collective of games, Champions League games in the squad was 67 compared to Bayern Munich's, was it 467 or something? So there's a 400 difference in experience in Champions League games. So directors, that's why these directors of football, I haven't got a lot of time for them. I'm always on their back because we won 2 trophies last year and they started patting themselves on the back, but in reality it was in spite of them, not because of them, that we won these trophies. We got into the Champions League. We were told that this season it was going to be different. We're going to attack the market differently. It started off quite well when we went in for the likes of Delap, and we went in for Del Pedro, Esteval coming in as well. But then it just, towards the end of the window, they went back to type. And after that big injury to Colwill, we did a centre-back anyway before Colwill, I think. But with Colwill's injury, the need was even more pressing, but they come out with their PR drivel that we feel that our centre backs are good enough. In what world do you think that Chalobah and Tosin are good enough for Champions League football? I don't want to knock them. I love Chalobah's attitude, and I think he's a good player, but good doesn't get you far in the Champions League. World class gets you far in the Champions League. Good is not enough, because when you're playing up against the Harry Kanes of this world, the Elises of this world, those guys, you need top quality players, top quality defenders, and something that's quite damning. I said it to my son yesterday. Arsenal's 2 reserve players will walk into our team at the moment. You know, you saw the performance of Mascara. It's £13 million he cost Arsenal, and you saw in Cappe on a free. Not on a free, sorry, he's on loan, so they only have to pay a loan fee and may buy him at the end of the season. So we were crying out for a centre-back. Arsenal, who already got 2 quality centre-backs, have got 2 backups who walk into our side, and that's damning. You know, even Liverpool's backups will probably walk into our team as well. And that's the problem that we have at the moment. We just haven't got that quality. Tosin, again, someone I like as a player, like his leadership, but quality, he's not good enough for Champions League. I'm sorry, he's not good enough for some times in the Premier League. He's an okay defender, but okay doesn't cut it. There's many players in the Premier League who he's probably on par with or worse than, and that's for a club like us who, if we want to get serious and win big things, we need to get big players. And the other thing I want to address as well, we had Elise, he was cooking us for fun down that wing today. We had him in our hands. We had him in the palm of our hands. But for some reason, they fumbled the bag on him, and now we're watching him play for another team. You know, he was fantastic today. Great performance. A bit of quality that we lack, and he would have done great for us. Pedro today, he showed he's a hard worker. I love his spirit, I love his endeavour, but when it comes to that extra quality, when you're looking at him compared to an Elise or someone like that, it's chalk and cheese. I'm sorry. You know, those are the real facts, and that's the thing with Chelsea. You know, we don't have the, as I said, we don't have the experience, we don't have the quality, and you're not going to win matches with the squad that we've got. You know, when you look at the players, Cole Palmer belongs in this tournament. He came alive again. Fantastic goal that he scored. So he definitely doesn't look out of place. We need to be real in this, because if we don't start competing in the Champions League, then in the next couple of years he could probably be off. João Pedro, he looks at home in this company as well. I thought he did well. Cucurella did okay. Caicedo didn't have the best of games, but he belongs in this company. I want to see more of Enzo. I thought Enzo was disappointing today. We bought him in for his passing ability. Today he got all his passing was off. He didn't get any on target. Okay, he works hard off the ball and everything else, but when you're paying over £100 million for a player, you expect more than hard running. That's what people were criticising Conor Gallagher for. We need that bit of quality on the ball, which he didn't give us. He's meant to be stepping up in this company, so I didn't see enough of him today. The one player who's much criticised by this club, who I thought was superb today, and if it wasn't for him, we could have lost the game by 5 or 6, was Sanchez. I thought Sanchez had an excellent game as shot stopping, decision making and distribution. I thought was really good today. He was let down by a lot of his teammates today, and so I thought he looked good. Reece James looked decent in midfield. I thought Gusto had a decent game, but it was his mistake, which I'll come to in a minute, which cost us the game. And that's the thing. I don't think on the ball, in the first 15-20 minutes, we played with bravery. We were quite good. And in the last 10-15 minutes, when we made those substitutions, Garnacho I thought looked okay. Esteval came on, looked decent. I thought Andre Santos also looked pretty good. And, it's a pity Palmer couldn't get that second goal, marginally offside. Had it been 3-2, that would have been an interesting last 6 minutes. But so there were a few positives, but I just think, you can't be carrying players in the Champions League. You can't get away with carrying players. But when obviously the first goal is important. Once they went ahead, you could see their experience in the Champions League. We were chasing shadows. We looked a bit scared at times, but we hung in there for a bit. But as I said, that bit of quality, you saw it with Harry Kane, and you saw a little bit of gamesmanship and cheating. But this brings me on to my final point: the referee. Disgraceful performance by the referee. Absolutely terrible. He was, when you have a referee in a Champions League game, when you're going to a stadium like Bayern Munich with a crowd on the side, you need a strong referee. You don't need one who's going to be a homer, who's going to be giving the decisions to the home team all the time. And that's what he did today. How he gave that free kick in the first place that led to their first goal. As I said, first goal breeds confidence, because Chelsea were kind of in the game before at 0-0. Bayern was kind of coming back, but it was still an even game before that goal. And great tackle by Caicedo. It was how did he see that as a foul? He got the ball cleanly. It wasn't. I don't understand it. There wasn't even a ball and man or whatever. He got the ball clean, a cleanest tackle you'll ever see. The referee's given a free kick, and then he gets in the way of the free kick, and then he doesn't give no indication that he's doing a drop ball. But Chelsea should still be switched on. But that drop ball allowed Kimmich to pass the ball to Elise. Great bit of skill by Elise. And we had Chalobah in the wrong position, OG, and they score a goal. And the second goal, first of all, he didn't give it. It's the linesman he gave the penalty. A bit soft. I thought Kane does what Kane does, just gets in the way, falls over. But Caicedo showed a little bit of naivety in coming across him, so Kane just felt the contact went down. I thought he was going down anyway, so I couldn't say VAR changing the decision for that goal. But again, soft penalty to concede. And then when Cole Palmer put us back into the game, and what happened after Cole Palmer put us back in the game, Tar should have got sent off. I don't know what the referee was seeing. He's armed our player viciously, brought down Pedro. That's why Maresco went mad, got a yellow card, and he wasn't even going to give him a ticket if our players weren't complaining about it. All he done was gave him a yellow. VAR should have, I don't know what they were doing as well. They should have looked at it and seen that it was violent conduct. It should have been sent off, but he wasn't. And again, VAR's got to take some blame as well, because as I said, I don't know what they were doing with that review, or non-review, I should say. And with 10 men, we just came back in the game. Our tails would be up. Could have been a totally different game. And so, yeah, he just had a bit of a howler for me. But then Augusto, in the Champions League, you cannot be giving away goals. They didn't earn any of their goals. If they scored, okay, it's a good finish by Kane, but it was soft. The back pass, he just passed it back to Kane, and then Kane did well with the finish. But 3 soft goals to give away, and we need to learn, and we need to learn fast in the Champions League, because in the Champions League, you don't, any chance given away is capitalised on. So, we showed a bit of naivety, and we just didn't show that experience. But as I said, when you get a squad that is poorly built like ours, with no experience, no quality, well, I say no quality in the decent areas, like there's the centre back areas, again, no tive up top. Pedro did well. I know we had an injury to Delap. He could have made a difference, but we have got no backup. We don't trust Gui, so we didn't have that. No one to turn to try and dig us out of a hole. But we move. This is a steep learning curve for them. Hopefully, we can, at least it's Bayern. Bayern are one of the top teams. We didn't lose to, like, say, a Karabakh or a team like that. That's the only shining light. We've got 7 more games to. Is it 6, 5 more? I can't remember how many. We've got a few more games now. Get this out of our system. Learn from our mistakes, and see what we can do in our next few games. Next up is Benfica. Jose Mourinho has just been appointed new manager at Benfica, so that's going to be an interesting one when the return of Jose. Got to win that game. 3 points is a must in that game, otherwise we're going to be in deep trouble. And Jamie Carragher may be right. There may be we may not qualify out of the group stages. We laughed at him, but that's a possibility if we don't win against Benfica. So, guys, what do you think about the match? Stick your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications so you're notified every time I make a new video. Take care. Bye-bye.